Please turn off cell phones during the news conference. Flash photography is not permitted. Also, recording of the press conference is not permitted. Recordings and transcripts will be available. Megan Kromper, Indiana's SID, is in the room on the right if you have any questions for her. And quick note on the format here, we're going to start with an opening statement from the head coach. After the opening statement, we take questions from the players. The players are then dismissed, and we go back to Coach Morton. So at this point, we'll take an opening statement from Coach Morton.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Charlotte for being in the field of 68. This is such a special tournament, and as I said to our kids after the Big Ten tournament, you know, there's only 68. There's about 300 plus that their season ended. So congratulations, you know, to Charlotte in their season. They had a terrific one. Obviously, won a championship. I thought today we did a lot of really good things. You know, obviously we wanted to go into this game being balanced in our scoring, and if you look, you know, we had 4 kids in double digits, 23 assists, which always brings me joy. In low turnovers, we only had 6 of those today. I thought Lex was terrific, particularly in the first half, just being aggressive. You know, Mac is starting, I think, to find her groove. We left her in there because we're just trying to continue to work with her endurance and helping her, you know, feeling more comfortable and so forth. I thought our guards were terrific defensively. We knew going into this game that we were going to be challenged off the bounce. I thought our transition defense was on point. There were a lot of really good things. Some things we have to shore up, but I thought this was a good, you know, first game for us. We know it's a 6-game series, and we're going to have to be better come Monday, regardless of who the opponent is.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we have Mackenzie Holmes and Alexa Golbey, so we'll take questions for the student athletes. We have microphones, so please indicate by raising your hand. Please state your name and media outlet. Raise your hand, and I will call on people. Questions for the student athletes over here on the right.
Hi, Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated. Mackenzie, this was your best performance since coming back from your knee injury. What does it mean for you to be able to peak at the right time?
I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to do whatever it takes to win. And so, you know, I just am trying to get better every single day, and my coaches and my teammates have been really pushing me to do so the past couple weeks. So I think it's been super beneficial, and I'm just really happy to be here and to be moving to the next round.
On the left.
I guess Matt Cohen, Indy Star. I guess for either of you guys, because you guys have talked for so long about actually hosting tournament games here, but asked you a million times about it. But to actually see it and have this hosting, this first game hosting, what was that like for you guys being out there?
Well, it's definitely an honor, and I would just say that it's a sweet result of all the work that we've put in during all these years, and I love that we have the opportunity to do that.
We'll go in the middle here, second row, if we can get the microphone. Okay, we'll go in the back and then there. Yeah. Okay.
Steve Bittenbender, Associated Press, for both players. Considering the stakes and considering the performance you guys had, was this probably the best game that you guys have had all season, both offense and defense?
I mean, I thought we played well on both sides of the ball today. As Coach Morton alluded to, you know, we shared the ball and we really locked in on defense. And I think that now is a really good time to be playing that type of basketball. And I think that we showed that today. Our coaches had us really prepared going in to this matchup today, as they always do. So we just stuck to the game plan, and it worked, obviously.
Can we go to the middle?
Yeah, Alexa, maybe talk a little bit about your ability to, as a team, to maintain intensity even in the second half, even when you had that sizable lead.
I think it's important to keep running because, you know, our team is playing fast. We try to play fast, and we're conditioned to do that, and our strength and conditioning coaches made sure that we're able to do that. And it's just we have to play our game no matter what the score is.
Question for student athletes. We'll go in the front row. If we can bring a mic down here to the front row. Go ahead.
for either of you. Grace does so many things well for you, just so many different things, on both ends of the floor. I guess, what's it like being out there with her when she can, really get in that kind of takeover mode?
Yeah, I mean, everything that Grace does is a product of how hard she works, and I feel like only really the people within this program get to see that every day. She doesn't take a rep off, she doesn't take a play off, and that's in practice, but it translates on the court too. So just being able to play alongside her these past couple years has been really special, and she's just a great player. And but I think it's all a product of the amount of work that she puts in.
Additional questions for the student athletes? Going once, going twice. Okay, ladies, you are dismissed. We'll now open it up to questions for Coach Morin. We'll start here in the front row with Matt Cohen.
Just wanted to ask the same question. I guess you've talked so much about hosting throughout the year, and for you to actually get to witness this now and see it, what was that like for you, kind of building to this point?
Well, again, as I said in the press conference on Friday, that it's just another thing that we can check off inside of this program. We 8 years ago set out to have several goals, and although some of them haven't been checked off yet, some of them have, and this is just one of those. And we always have wanted to host because we know the importance of that. We've been on the other side of having to travel to Notre Dame, having to travel all the way out to Oregon. And so I think there's a true benefit to being able to host and have Hoosier Nation. Also just have our kids, be in their own space. I think that's real important, for them. And so, we had to win some games in the Big Ten tournament in order for this to happen. So, really kudos to our players for giving us this opportunity. And we wanted to share it with our fans.
We'll go to the back. Ari?
Coach, this is the first time you haven't played a Big Ten team in a while. How different was it to finally get outside of Big Ten play and play a Charlotte?
Well, it was, it was good, to see a different opponent, although I will say last week in the Big Ten opponent, we hadn't seen Rutgers, right? And we got to see them for the first time in 2 years. But again, Coach, really, really well-coached 49ers team. Obviously won their conference championship, have the Player of the Year also. And so, like I said, I think this was a really good first game for us. And I thought we did a lot of good things. But there were some things also because of the time that we've had off that, our timing and our rhythm, we have to shore some of those things up before Monday.
We'll go to the back row, Steve.
Yeah. As far as coming into this game, Charlotte was one of the better defensive teams in the country, holding teams at 35%. You guys, I think it was like 55% was what you all ended up shooting. What was really working for you all today to allow you all to post a high number like that?
Well, I think two things, and I probably could find a third thing as well. But one of the things that, as Lex alluded to, we're always trying to play downhill. In our preparation, we felt like one of the things that Charlotte does is all 5 of those guys crash. And so it really gives you opportunities, if you're willing to get out and run, to get some early scores. We also wanted to have balanced scoring. So not only did we want to get layups, but we also wanted, we call it pound the post. We wanted to find Mac, we wanted to find Lex, and some of those early post-op opportunities. I did think there was a stretch there in the first half, though, where we settled, for taking pull-up jump shots when we didn't need to. We didn't have a layup, but we also didn't have to make them guard. We kind of bailed them out because of our shot selection for about a 2 or 3 minute period. We tried to address that at halftime. I thought we were better. Obviously, Mac, having her starting to look better, feel better, gives you an honest post player on the inside. I thought Lex was terrific today, though. I really did. I thought she posted hard. Obviously, she can stretch you out. She showed you that she's more than just player that plays with her back to the basket. And then I thought our guard play was terrific. Grace Berger, Nikki, I thought Chloe came in and gave us great minutes, and she's just continued to improve and get better, as the season has gone on. And so, I thought we had a lot of really good things. When we have 23 or 20 plus assists and we're sharing the ball like that, we have the ability to put a lot of points on the board. I'll go back and just say this, but what's going to carry us throughout this tournament will be our defense, our ability to defend and rebound.
Go front row here.
Sean Grove, WHJ. Obviously a great win for you guys today. A tough opponent sitting there waiting on Monday. How long are you gonna enjoy today's win before you move on to prepping for Monday's game?
Well, certainly, we understand because of our experience from a year ago, we understand how the tournament works. So you have a very short window to enjoy. I'll say this, our kids are showering up. They're going to get some dinner. They're going to see their families, and we will stay, and we're going to watch the first half because I do want them to at least get their eyes on the next opponent. And then it's 7:30. We're going to resume, get back together here and cook, and we'll start our prep for whoever the next opponent's going to be. I would say this, we understand how important that first game is, and our kids understand that because we've lived it. And so and there's no doubt that there's a lot of enthusiasm, after the game in the locker room. They were happy with, I think, how they played today.
Seth, go ahead.
Anyone who follows or watches this team knows about Grace's mid-range game, but I thought some of the other intricacies of her game were really on display today, like, defense and off-ball movement. I guess how important are some of those, smaller things that she does in addition to the mid-range game, for the overall team success? Well,
she is and will be a pro. And so I think, Max said it the best. A lot of, especially you guys, but the outside is not privy to what we see every day with how hard she works and how every rep she doesn't take off. And that's defensively and offensively. She would probably argue and tell you that she doesn't find herself a very good defender. But she has gotten so much better since she's been here in Indiana with us. However Grace is able to impact this game never surprises any of us. Whether it's her mid-range game, whether it's her ability to give us 6 assists tonight or this afternoon. And so, again, she's a product of what she does every day, and that's just the work. And, she's a special player. Like I said, nobody is more excited that she's going to come back for another year. But she's also a pro that's going to use her COVID year, but she'll be playing professionally after she leaves Indiana.
Let's go here.
Yeah, Matt Seabury, IDS. In the first half, you guys went on the 22-2 run there. What did you see across that span that you guys were able to excel offensively and lock them down defensively?
I don't know that I saw anything extraordinary or special. I think that we just started finding some rhythm offensively. We were getting stops. Lex, I think, stepped out and hit a couple threes, for us in that stretch just to kind of jumpstart us and get us going. And I don't know that we did anything in particular, like I said, extra special. I just thought we found our rhythm offensively, and we were certainly, guarding and getting the stops we needed.
We're going to go one more Haley and take one more on Zoom. Haley, go ahead.
Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated. Charlotte ran their offense through Octavia Jet Wilson. How did she keep your defense warm and in check throughout the game?
Well, she's terrific. She's the player of the year in Conference USA, and she's a 3-level kind of scorer, and we knew that she was going to be a handful going into this game. That was not lost on us. I thought Allie had the nod of guarding her, but I think all of our guards at some point had the opportunity to because we were switching some ball screen action. She's terrific and has had a terrific career.
We are going to take finish off one on Zoom with Skip. We're going to unmute Skip and let Skip ask a question. Go ahead, Skip.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the big win. Today you had an amazing balance. You had 23 assists going on, and you had 10 different Hoosiers scoring today. Talk about the importance of getting everybody involved.
Well, it's such a nice, opportunity or a nice thing when you can do that. You build a lead, and then some of those kids that, have to sit over there and cheer and give us good energy. For the 5 that are usually out there on the floor a lot, from a coaching perspective, that's what you want. Unfortunately, we haven't been in a lot of games like that this year, but I thought Kate came in and Mo got, I think, her first basket of the season. Obviously, Grace Wagner managed to get a bucket as well. I think the only one that didn't might have been Ariel. It's great that they had the opportunity to soak in and be a part of the NCAA tournament, but certainly this game at home in front of our home crowd.
Okay, thank